I'm Fred Matt, president of FX Matt Brewing Company, and I'd like to welcome everybody today to kick off our new initiative, which is Feed Our Frontline. The idea came from me watching a clip on TV in Washington, D.C., where a woman went to local restaurants and bought food and then brought it to the hotel or the hospitals. And I thought that was a really cool idea, so I called up Simeon, and without getting probably 5 words out of my mouth of what I was thinking about, Simeon said, "I'm in." So then we called John Forbes at the hospital, and he said, "I'm in." And so then we got talking, and we called the Chamber and the Community Foundation, and interestingly enough, they were on a parallel path, but different path. What I think is really cool is we came together with one idea to build one idea into a bigger idea for this community. And the real thought is to take local restaurants that are struggling right now, infuse them with cash from raising money, and we've raised over $20,000 so far, and then buy gift certificates for $50 and give them to the families of the front line. And that'll be start with the people at MVHS and then go to public safety. This for us is a really personal thing. We, like everybody out there, are struggling right now. Our business is off 40%, so a little pitch, drink our beer, please. But you know, we are financially strong as a company, and we will be fine. And so we turn our head and our attention to the people that need it more. And the restaurant community is really struggling. I mean, their business is virtually down, and thank you for all the people that have been buying local. That's important. But after 132 years of business and having partners with restaurants for 132 years, we wanted to do something to help them. As far as the hospital, I was on the board, my uncle was on the board, my grandfather is on the board, my great-grandfather is on the board, so the Matts have been very involved with the hospital as we've gone through our years, and we feel like we ought to keep supporting that. And having been a patient and having been a recipient of services there, there's no better hospital system than our own hospital system. Our people are awesome. And lastly, the public safety. We had a major fire in 2008, and if it weren't for the public safety, we may not have a brewery today. And so we look today and say that these are challenging times. We will get through it, but if we can help people by raising money and buying food from restaurants and then giving it to buying gift certificates from restaurants and then giving it to public safety, we will help a lot of people that are well deserving of all that help. And so please join us in helping raise money for this great cause, and we will make a stronger and better community. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Megan, who's head of the Chamber, also a 7-year employee here, and probably one of the best employees we've ever had. Megan.
Thanks, Fred. I paid him to say that, so. So thank you again, everybody, for joining, and we are just so excited to get this off the ground today. As Fred said, we have been, working on this for quite some time, and it really, what we wanted to do is, we really wanted to work to pull this together, and we really wanted to understand the needs of the community. So I think, we all had an idea in mind. But we really wanted to make sure that we were delivering on something that, we knew the community needed. So one thing, we knew it needed to involve food because, let's be honest, everybody needs to eat. And we also in Utica happen to love food. So that seemed like a natural fit. And really for the Chamber, it has been our goal and our mission since the beginning of this to make sure as many businesses stay open as possible. And that's really what the Chamber is about, driving commerce and making sure we're supporting our business community. So with this initiative, it really helps our ultimate goal of moving commerce forward and to help grow it as we move forward. And moving forward really depends on the health and safety of our community and the support of these businesses. So to us, it was a win-win because this, again, helps support the people who are keeping us healthy and safe, but it also helps inject cash right into our local restaurants. So we're really excited again about it, and I just want to also reiterate the fact of the families. So, talking with the hospital system, and we're going to hear from John Forbes in a minute, and also talking with the first responders, one of the things is, they work really long shifts. So for them to come home and to, at the end of a long shift, possibly working overtime, they're exhausted, and this really helps them not have to worry about putting food on their families' tables. So it's kind of like that whole military family vibe of, we want to take care of the families so they're strong and able to serve us. That's what we're hoping to achieve here. And any donation, if it's $5 or $10, anything you can give adds up really quickly to $50. So, if we get $5, $10 gifts, that's a gift card delivered to a frontline worker for them to feed their family. So without further ado, I would like to share the website with everybody by using the share screen feature. And again, this call today, we are on this. This is Accession. This is Northland's platform that they are providing for free, by the way, right now to the whole business community. So we want to thank them for providing us with this lovely platform to use. So I'm going to share the website with everybody, and this is our landing page where everybody can go on and make donations. So the way you can get to this, I know it says a different URL up here, but the easiest way to get to it is feedourfrontlinefamilies.com. And we wanted to make sure that that was a very easy turnkey way, a good website for people to remember. Again, feedourfrontlinefamilies.com, and that will bring you right to this landing page. So the landing page explains a little bit about the program here. We have a goal of giving 1,000 gift cards to our frontline workers, and I know we are going to reach that because we have a very generous community. And you can fill out the form right here, and the donations are being managed by the Community Foundation. So you can fill all that in. It is tax deductible as to the extent allowable by law. You can fill all that in and hit submit. It's a credit card form, very easy to do. And then also, we have a little infographic here that explains the program and thanks our founding partners and our supporting partners. So I do want to pause for a minute to thank them. Of course, you've already heard from Fred. Momentarily, you're going to hear from Alicia Dix from the Community Foundation. And we also want to thank our supporting partners, Indium Corporation, Human Technologies, and Ed. These guys have really pulled together to help us out to get this fund started. And as Fred said, we are close to $20,000. We don't want that number to scare anybody, though. That is a large amount of money. We are asking for any type of donation. Again, a $5, $10 donation will go a very long way. So we want the community to feel if they have the funds at this time, this is a great way to support our frontline workers. I also want to point out at the bottom here, there is a spot for the community to make a suggestion for a restaurant partner or a group of frontline workers. You're going to hear from Simeon in a bit about how we're handling the restaurants. But if you are a restaurant owner and you would like us to consider, purchasing the gift cards from you, you can go on and fill out that form by clicking this button here. Or if you know of a group of frontline workers that could really use these gift cards, you can also make a suggestion by clicking the other button there, and that gives you an opportunity to fill that out. So I just want to, again, thank all of our partners for getting involved in this. And again, we are very, very excited to launch this program. The other thing that I want to also just alert the media that a press release is going out right now to you. And if you have a specific spot that you would like that to go other than your general inboxes, you can also give me a chat in the chat feature on the right. So I think that's it for me. Again, thank you so much, everybody, and thank you to everybody for joining us. The Chamber is very committed to helping support our business community. And again, our ultimate goal is to keep businesses open, and this is a win-win because it helps to do that and also helps to support our frontline worker families. So again, we are very thankful for the partnership that has come together to be able to put on this program. So I will now introduce Alicia Dix. Alicia Dix is the CEO of the Community Foundation. Yep.
Good morning, and thank you, Megan. It is a pleasure to be here today. The Community Foundation has been working hard on so many aspects of our impact of COVID in our community. When this started, we really knew that this crisis would hit every square corner of our community in ways that are obviously unprecedented. And our local economy is one of those precious commodities that we want to be able to support, along with our frontline workers who are keeping our community going and healthy. So this was such a creative idea coming from a lot of our business partners and the Chamber to try to meet the need and get that double impact of supporting our restaurants and local economy, as well as getting that food on the table for those who are working long hours and supporting us all by feeding us, whether it's in the grocery stores, the pharmacies, and of course our hospitals and healthcare facilities. Community Foundation is working hard on frontline needs in our COVID fund, but this is a different fund to really help our local economy. And it's a great partnership with the Chamber. To provide that support to our area businesses is a great space for us to be. We will all always do better together. And this community, whether in times of celebration like the Boilermaker or the Heart Run and other events like that, or if it's times of crisis like today or the flooding that's happened in the past, our community steps up. Our COVID fund is going to hit over $600,000 to support our frontline needs and services for vulnerable populations. And I am certain that this fund will meet the goal that Megan just alluded to. And really, we're already off to a great start. Saranac, Indium, Human Technologies have all already contributed over $17,500, which is a beautiful kickstart to getting this off the ground. And I know we will get to that goal sooner than later and go beyond. So I'm really excited that we're here today to talk about not only a great program, but also great momentum that's already got us through the gate. So with that, I'd like to introduce Greg Evans from Indium to kind of talk a little bit about what they're doing and why.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming and listening to us talk about this program. And thank you to the Community Foundation, the Chamber, and Fred for taking it and getting it off the ground. So what I can tell you is that as an essential business here in town, we're very aware of a lot of needs that we're seeing from our families that aren't working. And specifically, we know we need to eat, and we also know we need to be safe and protected. And I guess what went through my mind is if we are an essential business and the people we're trying to support are just indispensable, and we have to step up when we can. And so we're doing that. And I think on top of the fact that they're indispensable, these are our families, right? These are our friends, they're our neighbors. And so, really, it's just a privilege to be able to show respect and appreciation for these groups of people and organizations. And because of that, we're really proud to be able to make a sizable donation to the program. So thank you so much, Fred, Alicia, Megan, really appreciate it. Thanks, Megan. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Greg. And again, we appreciate your support. I'm now going to turn it over to Simeon, a guy everyone knows, although the beard is is confusing us all today. But Simeon, and all kidding aside, we really appreciate all of your support, and you've done a great job getting us up and running here. I know you've been on many calls with us, and I just want to give you an opportunity to talk about, from the restaurant standpoint, again, why this is a great program to support you guys and how it's being received by the restaurants and how excited they are to participate.
Thank you. Thank you to all of you who got this going. Freddie, this was your idea. We had many conversations. This is something that we'll get rid of when I can finally get a haircut. Megan knows who cuts my hair because it happens to be a neighbor of hers, a relative of mine as well. So we're all looking forward to that too. I have a strategically placed bottle behind me just to make sure everybody knows where this idea came from. To say this has been an unprecedented time is the understatement of the year, of our lifetimes. I've equated what's going on now with, this is the Noah's flood of our lifetime. It's affected the whole world. But here in our community, we always pull together. One of the most generous communities that you'll ever hear of, and that's from people that have come into this area that weren't born and raised here like many of us were. So we're very, very fortunate. Local restaurants, after this first week that this all happened, I made it a point to call a lot of the local restaurateurs because I knew the problems I was having, the anxiety I was having, and we talked amongst ourselves, and it was a great thing. So we started having regular conversations with a lot of local restaurants. And then Freddie came up with this idea a couple weeks ago, called me, and I proceeded to reach out to a lot of the local restaurants that I personally know. We wanted to start small, but like Megan said, this is going to be able to grow so people can request other restaurants so we can get this thing to grow. We have a great start with the funds. And, Freddie talked about how dear the hospital is to he and his family. I actually took Fred's board seat at St. Elizabeth's maybe, 10, 12 plus years ago. So that's how I got involved. Again, it's an amazing organization. The healthcare system we have, second to none. And we're just trying to support it. I've talked to a lot of the staff that works there. And this idea of gift cards was not the original idea, but it's kind of evolved into that because the healthcare workers and all the frontline people can relax and have a meal when is best time for them, not when we would deliver to them, so they can do it on their own. So this has been a great thing, and it's going to help local restaurants. Many restaurants are down 70, 80%. There are some local restaurants that closed the first week this happened because there just wasn't enough to do. I just heard of one that closed this weekend. So this is a ongoing thing, but this is going to be a big shot of cash influx to these local restaurants. And on behalf of all the local restaurants that I've talked to and that are participating, they send great thank yous to all of you. So we're just looking forward to keeping this going, and hopefully we'll all be going out to restaurants soon. And I read something that says, during this time of isolation, I've realized what I miss the most: going out to restaurants, touching my face, and visiting non-vital restaurants but non-vital businesses. So thanks everybody for participating, and we'll get back to the hospital by, I think we're going to kick it over to John Forbes next.
Thanks, Simeon. All right, give me 1 second here, John.
Hi, everybody. I tell you what, this community has been tremendous, and we've seen this community come together in previous situations and over the years. And just when you think we can't, go any higher, I continue to be amazed by what our community does. They come together and they give. We at MVHS cannot thank you to our for what may come, what sort of surge may come. We were asked to make sure that we were ready to handle whatever may come to us, and we still don't know what may come down the road. And our frontline medical staff, their families, folks who are not necessarily medical staff, but who have decided to, to take on different roles, all so that we can meet the needs of what may come. And we've, they've, without any hesitation, said, we're going to do whatever we can to take care of our community and our patients that come in here. And then the community itself has just stepped up. And every day I come in and more people say, how can I help you? I have this to give you. After this meeting right now, I'm going out because I have more people who are donating PPE and different masks, and people who are giving food. It's just so tremendous. I thought it couldn't get any greater. And then when Fred called me about this idea, I was so moved. We live in an amazing community that comes together and has each other's back, whether it's the restaurants, other community members who are going through some real tough times right now, or our frontline people. Everyone is sacrificing right now, and it's nice to know that you live in a place where people got your back. And I'll tell you right now that MVHS, our frontline workers, we feel like our community's got our back, and we just are so grateful Grateful for what's already come in, the donations we've received and continue to receive every day, and then grateful for this new endeavor. You know, it's been a really unprecedented time. The families of our frontline folks, when they see their spouse or their father or mother, when they see them leave in the morning to go work a 12-hour shift, not necessarily knowing what's going to come, and they're home with their kids and they're homeschooling, and they're working from home, it's a tough scenario. We have people who are sacrificing in other ways too. We have folks who you know, are not going to be working for a while, and they're moving aside so that we can meet the needs of this unprecedented situation. And this Feed the Frontline Families is just a tremendous, tremendous thing. And we at MVHS cannot thank you enough for doing this, and thank our community so much for rallying together. We will get through this. There is another side to this, and it's nice to know that we are all in this together. So thank you so much.